Hi, my name is Storm.
And I'm Gail.
And we're sisters.
And today we're going to show you how to get a super defined twist out on 4C hair.
Using less brands. Yay! I do not have 4C hair. I'm actually more 3C, like kind of 4A in some places, but for the most part I would say 3C all over. But I'll be helping my sister today. I'll be doing most of the the twisting and the twist out, but she'll fluff her own hair. I guess I've been helping her since we were kids, so
yeah, and I have very kinky 4C hair,
like true 4C hair, which I don't know. I think it gives a lot of practice for me. So, what you want to say anything about your hair?
Shrinkage. That's all I can really say.
I literally describe.
Shrinkage is real.
We'll put a picture up here, but her shrinkage is real. I have barely any shrinkage. I have fake shrinkage, so people think that my hair shrinks up, but it doesn't really. It pretty much is as long as it looks. Her hair is about the same length as my hair. It's up in a bun right now, but her hair is about the same length as my hair, and I guess mine is about here. Yeah, she's about the same length as me, but her shrinkage is way more, and considering that a twist out is a stretched out hairstyle, right?
And it's still super shrunk.
And it's still super shrunk up, right? Here we go. We've got there we go. See, same length, but it looks different. It's important to know about 4C hair that you have to treat it differently. Mm-hmm. I mean, not all hair types are the same. I could not do the same thing that I do with my hair on my sister's hair. There's we wash your hair in sections to make sure that we don't have to deal with a lot of the shrinkage in the shower, because how short would you say your shrinkage can go?
Big chop first day shrinkage.
I don't even know how to deal with it at that point. That's where you've lost me. That's where you're on your own. Yeah, my hair pretty much slicks all the way down. It's interesting having two sisters, two different hair types, but I feel I don't know. Would you be able to do my hair?
I feel I just put a bunch of product in it. By the end it'd be so weighed down.
I think the best thing about this tutorial is that we're going to show you how to achieve this twist out, and it's only going to be using one product and some oil. And you can use any oil of your choice. Everybody's got a different preference in regards to what they like to use, but different oils work better for different hair types, so it's up to you. But yeah, no gel, no cream, pretty much just the less kinky coily all-in-one leave-in.
Which is a pretty nice change.
How many products do you usually use? You can't even talk about it.
Let's just say a lot.
A lot. It does take a while to actually put the twist out in, but twisting it out is a 20-minute process. So yeah, I guess from here we're just gonna jump right into it.
I start off by detangling my sister's hair with my fingers. Some people call this a pre-poo. What I'm doing is I've coated my hands in coconut oil, and I'm also taking the coconut oil and I'm coating her hair strands as well. This helps cut down on the amount of shed hair throughout the rest of the process, and it's also easier to do now since her hair is already stretched out from the previous style. I like to use my fingers because it's gentler and there's less snapping involved. When I do come across a significant knot, I just pull it apart gently with my fingers. The two hands, just pull them apart, and this actually, to me, works better than a comb. I work in sections all the time, always throughout the whole process. It's just easier this way. When I'm done each section, I twist it up, I clip it up, and then move on to the next one. And this is the final product of detangling the whole head of hair. When I'm first putting water in her hair, I really hold the water over each strand just to make sure that it's thoroughly saturated. To me, this is just the best way to wash all types of hair Just to make the detangling process easy for us moving forward, it's just easier to keep it in twist. I'm just going to rinse all of the shampoo out of her hair. On to conditioning. So for conditioning, the same principle applies. I'll untwist the section of her hair and I will work it through by coating the hair with the conditioner and then raking it through her hair, really trying to make sure the product gets penetrated into the hair shaft, and also at the same time making sure that it stays detangled. Now, once I'm satisfied, I feel like the product is in there, the hair is moisturized, I twist the hair back up again, and then I move on to the next section. Now that her hair is conditioned and sectioned off, I'm just going to rinse it out with cool water. I'm going to rinse all of the product out, only because my rule of thumb is unless the conditioner says that it's supposed to be a leave-in or it can be a leave-in, don't leave it in your hair because it might hinder your results. Now we're going to show you how to apply the Kinky Coily all-in-one, and the key to this is water. So because we did dry her hair off a little, and your hair just naturally dries on its own, we take the water bottle, we saturate the hair again before applying any product. I make sure if your hair tends to repel water a little bit, just make sure you work it through, pull it through until you can see that the hair is wet. I use 1 to 2 pumps per section depending on how big it is. I start by coating the hair with the product and then using my fingers to rake it through, making sure that it is evenly dispersed throughout the section. I switch from raking from the top to the bottom, side to side, and then I kind of switch between raking and smoothing the hair down. This kind of helps with definition and making sure that the product really gets worked into the hair shaft. At the slowest speed I know how to, and the best way I can, I'm going to explain to you how I achieve actually putting the twist in. I take 2 strands from the section of hair I just applied the all-in-one to, and in each hand I twist the hair around each other. You can do it in a hand over hand motion, but as you get more proficient you can see that you can do it by just using your fingers. It's important to use tension. I mean, you don't want to pull too hard, but you want to make sure that the hair strand is taut. This helps to make sure that it doesn't unravel and it looks even all over. You also want to make sure that as you're moving down the twist, you're twisting the individual 2 strands in each hand. This helps really create the definition for good twist out. Here I'll demonstrate again very slowly. I twist the hair around each other while keeping it taut and twisting each strand, each of the 2 strands as I move down the twist. Again, you can use the hand over hand motion when you're first trying to get used to it, but eventually you'll find that keeping the hair between your fingertips is actually easier and faster for you. Once I come to the end of the twist, I take the hair and I coil it, I twist it right around my finger and until they group together, clump together in a nice curl, and basically that will keep the twist from unraveling itself. I've placed a clip at the roots of sections that I've finished twisting. This just helps minimize the shrinking that she experiences as her twists dry. Going back to the all-in-one application, I really do use water all throughout her hair. So when I come to a new section, I'm applying more water. I'm making sure it's saturated because you'll notice a huge difference in the product versus using it on semi-damp hair and using it on really wet hair. The definition is miles and miles apart. You can tell you've used enough water based on how much slip you have. you can see that my sister 4C hair, all we have is the water and the all-in-one in her hair, and I have no problems running my fingers through multiple times. I might get little snags, but nothing major. She has tons of slip. This is what her hair looks like once the product is applied, and right before I twist it, you can see that the water in the product tends, like, it kind of looks like it's sitting on the hair, but you don't see any residue at all. You don't feel anything. It's just the nature of 4C hair, really. But I just love how her hair looks. You can see the tiny little curls, the individual curls. Like, there's no hair like 4C hair. It takes me about 30 to 45 minutes to do my sister's full head of hair. This comes with practice. I've been doing her hair since we were kids, so the more you do it, the more you find that you're faster, and the definition from your twist out is more consistent. It's going to be a little bit clumsy if this is the first time you're starting to try this hairstyle out. Now that she slept on it and her twists are dry, I'm taking her twist down. I coated my hands in coconut oil, and now I'm lightly coating the twist with coconut oil as well. This just helps to seal in moisture, seal in that definition, and eliminate the amount of frizz that we could get. Now, to actually take apart the twist, you do it so gently. You just twist the hair in the opposite direction that you twisted in, and you'll see that the two strands you twisted together naturally will separate, and you can essentially just put your finger in between them and pull them apart. You want to make sure that when you're pulling it apart, you only see two strands separating. When you see more than two strands, you're very likely to get frizz and lose the definition that you worked so hard for. Thank God this is so much simpler, faster, and easier than actually putting them in. And we spent 45 minutes putting them in, and then it only takes about 15 to take them down. It's also super important to know that you shouldn't be taking down your twists before they are dry, because if you take them down before they are dry, you'll see that you lose the definition that you worked so hard putting in. Imagine spending an hour or so putting in your twist, and then you take them out only to see that you've lost all of the kink and the coil from the twist. So if you wake up and your hair is still not dry, either wait a little bit more or take a dryer and make sure that you dry it out, or else you're just going to lose everything that you just worked so hard to put in. If you're like my sister, you're probably not just going to leave your twist out as is. She likes to have fluffy, voluminous hair, so what she does is she takes the strands from her twist out and she uses her fingertips to gently pull them apart, making sure not to fray the hair too much, because she's really just trying to create volume, not frizz. So the goal is to maintain the definition and to just create more individual little curls. So here are just two shots of my sister's hair. On the left we've got the post fluff, and on the right we've got pre-fluff, and they both just look so amazing. The definition is amazing, and it's crazy to think that she's achieved all of this with just one product. Literally just the all-in-one kinky coily from Love Your Curls, and she's got so much definition. This is my sister's final results, just all around. She's really happy with the amount of definition she could get, and honestly, if you have not tried the all-in-one for yourself, you need to try it. It's a game changer. Just have one product just accomplish all of this.